A couple of days ago, I noticed a product announcement on the Facebook page from TMS Software, and I was really excited because I've been using the subscription manager for a long time now, and I realized that not a lot of people are aware of the product, so I thought I might point it out in this very video. So the subscription manager allows you to download and keep your TMS products up to date. That means it finds out what kind of products you have installed on your or inside of Delphi, and it will basically have a look at the TMS software website and decide which products are up to date and which need to be updated, and it will also help you to install these products automatically. That means normally you have to look up the product on the website, you have to log in, entering your credentials, and then you have to download the installer, run the installer, and then the installer is most likely going to ask again for your registration code that you really bought the software. And this product will basically do all that for you. You only have to log in once. So let's have a look at that software. As said, this product is available for existing TMS customers. You log into the My Product page, and then you'll find it rather quickly in the beta section of the subscription manager. It already filled out my registration email. I guess it's from one of the product that I've already activated with them. The only thing I have to do now is to enter one of the registration codes I received from TMS Software when I acquired some piece of software. It only needs to be one registration code. As you know, whenever you bought multiple products, hopefully you have purchased multiple products, that you can use any registration code for any product. The software is smart enough to look it up on the web page, and it's going to decide, yeah, you have a valid subscription right now and you're able to install it. So I'm going to enter one registration code of mine. After login, you get a list of all the products that you've purchased at TMS Software. As you can see, I'm a rather usual customer from TMS Software. I use all their products in my Delphi applications. And you can also see how long your subscription is going to be valid. You see the purchase date and how long it'll be active. And you'll also see the type of license that you acquired. I have a single developer license. Before we go on, just a few words how variable this tool is. You can configure it to your needs. You can even use a proxy server for the downloads. You can enter the data folder where the installers are going to be downloaded to. And of course, the system info gives you a hint what kind of software from Delphi the tool recognized. That means you'll be able to install into these Delphi versions automatically if they have been recognized by the tool. Returning to the grid, I'd like to start with the filters. These are amazing. So whenever I want to have a chart component, I simply type chart, and it's going to list all the components that have something to do with charts. This can be the Diagram Studio, this can be the VCL chart, of course the FireMonkey chart, and of course, rather new, have a look at our current video series, the FNC chart for the FNC component set. Of course, all these components are grouped, so you can basically, if you're not interested in the VCL right now, you can collapse that category. That's what I'm going to do, because we're going to focus on the business products. However, the business products don't have any charting components, so I have to remove the filter, and then I can expand that category, and here you can see all the business products that I purchased. What kind of information is being shown? First of all, it shows you which version number is available from TMS Software. As soon as it's red, it means you have not the current version. Furthermore, it tells you what kind of installer you have already downloaded and what version you have installed. On the right side, you have the means to download and to run the installer. And of course, you can uninstall the software that you have installed. If I wanted to uninstall the Business Core library, I'd simply click this button. Furthermore, you have filters for this kind of thing. You can click here and you can basically filter all the things you haven't downloaded yet, things that are ready for install. That means you downloaded the installer but haven't run the installer yet, things that are up to date, and the new versions. Please be aware that this is a beta version. That means some things are a little bit rough, like this dialog still. However, it's fully functional, and TMS Software is glad for constructive feedback. So that's the reason why I'm doing this video right now and not in a couple of weeks when it's been released. Let's update TMS Sparkle. As you can see, 2.4 is available. I downloaded 2.2. However, I haven't installed it yet. And this is rather interesting because I could run the installer, and that would mean I would run the old installer. That means you can also install the older version without downloading the current version. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click here, and the download immediately starts with a progress bar. Also, you can check multiple products like this, and then you can go up here and say download all checked products. Okay, so this is rather tricky because the header normally does the sorting. However, I've been in discussions with Bruno Ferenc from TMS Software, and we both don't find a better way to approach this. So if you have any ideas, get back to us. So coming back to TMS Sparkle, as you can see, it's downloaded, and now the red is gone because the current version has been downloaded. So let's install it. The installer is asking for administrative privileges. I'm going to click next. I'm going to accept the license agreement. Here's my user credential. These are filled in automatically. I don't have to look this up. And this is also not there because I installed it previously. This is really being retrieved from the web page. And now the activation process is being started. After activation, I have a chance to set up the usual stuff like start menu item. If I want to install the demos, I'm just going to pick the defaults. I'm going to click install. All the files are extracted, and now I have the chance to select the IDEs like Delphi 10.2 Tokyo. It's all defaults, all the different platforms. I don't want Linux. Okay. And of course I want to create the URL reservation so I can run all the demos. Finish, and that's it. So let's have a look if installation was successful. So I launched Delphi and I opened up one of the demos that comes with the product. I'm going to run it. And you can see that the HTTP server is running. I can press enter to stop, and the demo is working. So installation was successful. Also, as you can see here from the Documents TMS software folder, the TMS Sparkle documentation has been installed. So everything is as if you'd installed it manually. Going back to the tool, let's have a look if there's other stuff that I haven't updated yet. So this will all be just a click of a button to download the current version and run the installer. Be aware that this tool also checks for dependencies between components. That means if my business core library wouldn't be up to date, I wouldn't be able to install TMS Aurelius. For that to be installed, TMS Business Core Library has to be up to date. The same applies for the FNC components set. If we want to install the, I'm not seeing it, sorry. If you want to install the FNC products, you also need the FNC core library to be up to date. Considering that this is only a beta, this is already a tool that is so helpful. It really is worth your attention. Have a look at it, it'll save you a lot of time. If you work with a lot of TMS components, this is the tool to use. Thank you and see you soon.